On June 29th, a pastor at Victory Church in Lehigh Acres, Florida, welcomed an alligator into the congregation after it wandered to the front gates nearby his church.
Gator's dad jokes. This actually happened in Lehigh Acres. A gator tried to cleanse itself of its sins by going right up to the door. Of course, just like everything these days, it was caught on camera, and the pastor got up close and personal with the little fella.
NBC2's Gage Goulding is at Victory Church, finding out how this gator made its way to the congregation.
Worship like a gator in Florida.
This is our church, and we have a first-time guest.
Victory Church's guest, well, not exactly who you'd expect.
One of the daycare workers came in and was like, "There's a gator." I was like, funny.
There was no joke. A 4-foot gator crawled out of a nearby storm drain Tuesday afternoon and right up to the Lehigh Acres church.
He's coming to church, get ready.
Definitely a Florida thing to do, you know.
It made for a great photo op.
And I'm gonna do what I probably shouldn't do and go take a selfie with it.
The pastor getting a little closer to the prehistoric predator.
He came to our church, so I don't know what his spiritual condition is. I need to invite this gator to church.
So, he did.
We have services at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. Sunday mornings. You wanna check us out?
The pastor tried to hand his business card to the gator.
This was a staged event meant to give glory to the devil, and I can prove it. The date of this incident, June 29th or 629, is 6 and 2 nines. When the nines are inverted, you get the number 666, the number of the beast. The word gator comes from the Spanish el Lagarto, which means lizard, and a lizard is a serpent with legs. Remember when Satan was in the garden as the serpent, he originally had legs before Yah cursed him. Genesis 3:14 declares, "And the Lord God said unto the serpent, Because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life." Also, the name lizard means sea fish and is a reference to the beast from the sea, as found in Revelation 13. This event occurred in Lehigh Acres. The name Lehigh comes from a German word which means where there are forks. The fork of the serpent, lizard, or sea fish is a reference to the pitchfork which is carried by the devil, as well as Poseidon and Neptune, who are from the abyss and represent the beast from the sea as well. The pastor of Victory Church went on to say, "He came to our church. I don't know what his spiritual condition is, but I need to invite this gator to church. We have services at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. Sunday mornings."
He came to our church, so I don't know what his spiritual condition is. I need to invite this gator to church.
So, he did.
We have services at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. Sunday mornings. You wanna check us out?
Notice he mentioned that the church service is at 9 and 11. The numbers 9 and 11 point us to Revelation 9:11, which declares, "And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue hath his name Apollyon." This entire incident was staged on purpose in order to subtly point to the rise of the king of the bottomless pit and to give the serpent praise without you knowing. In Hebrew, the name Abaddon means place of destruction. The Greek title Apollyon literally means the destroyer. As discussed previously, the numbers 9 and 11 also point us back to the destruction of the Twin Towers and Obama's reading of Psalm 46 on 9/11, declaring himself to be God.
"Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth."
The name of this church where this occurred is called Victory Church. The reference to victory and the church connects back to Nipsey Hussle, who is portrayed as a type of false messiah.
Wow.
Since hearing of his death is frightening. It was just...
It's like a god, right?
Yeah.
I didn't want to say that.
I'm going to say it. It's like a god, Mike, because we must know that we do walk amongst gods and we walk amongst angels. And we need to know that.
You compare Nipsey to Jesus.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, expound on that a little bit.
I mean, look at the impact that he had. You know what I'm saying? Like the same impact that Jesus had. Like a lot of people didn't know him, but they sure wanted to know about him once he passed away.
Right.
And then once they found out about him, they understood what his legacy was about. Now his legacy is living even bigger with him not being here. So that's why I say, I ain't never seen Jesus, but I've been hearing about him. And you know, we got a lot of faith in him, and we know that, you know, if you believe in him, this is going to happen because your grandparents and the book of the Bible been giving you all this information. It's like, that's what he is now.
Right.
When we gone, that's what he's going to be like, because you can't touch him, you can't see him, you only have images of him, and his image looked like Jesus, just the black version.
Remember, Nipsey's video for the song Victory Lap was filmed in Mexico at the ancient pyramid of the descending god at the Mayan ruins of Tulum in the Yucatan Peninsula.
Where we at, Nip?
Man, we in Tulum at the Mayan ruins. Just climbed off the pyramid, got to the top, seen the whole jungle, shooting a victory lap video.
The descending god of the Mayans is called Azulaha, who represents the planet Venus. Venus is known as both the evening and morning star, and is connected to Lucifer, or Satan, falling from heaven. The descending god also connects back to the Chicago Bull, Michael Jordan, whose name means who is like God, the fallen one. Chicago being a reference to Obama as the fallen, horned god. The descending or fallen god also connects to the fireball that fell from the heavens in Taiwan on July 7th. The Lulin Observatory, located at the summit of Lulin Mountain, recorded this falling celestial body. The name Lulin is a reference to rebellion because it is the name of one of two major agrarian rebellion movements against Wang Mang's short-lived Shin dynasty. In fact, the Lulin Mountains is where the rebel forces had their stronghold. Therefore, the name Lulin connects this fallen celestial body from the heavens with the rebellious fallen angels. Reports claimed that this meteor appeared in the sky shortly after 12:02 a.m. on Wednesday, July 7th, 2021, and it exploded 4 times. The date 7721 gives us the number 77777 and points to the description of Satan as lightning falling from heaven, and the phrase Barack Obama as found in Luke 10:18. Let me interject here as a side note, since we are talking about the lightning which fell from heaven. I must mention that the Tampa Bay Lightning were victorious, winning the Stanley Cup again this year. The Stanley Cup is named after Lord Stanley Preston, who was appointed by Queen Victoria, connecting back to Victory Church. The name Stanley can be shortened to Stan, thus Lord Stan, reference to Satan. It should also be noted that since the incident with the gator happened in Florida, it points to the Florida Gators. The drink Gatorade was made specifically for the gators, and the drink Bolt 24 is made by Gatorade as well. Notice the one-eye symbolism used to represent the one-eyed Antichrist. The bolt represents the lightning from heaven, and the number 24 is 2 4s and points to Obama. But I digress. Getting back to the meteor that fell from heaven, just like the lightning which we already connected to rebellion. The time that this meteor fell was 12:02 a.m. and the fact that it exploded 4 times points us to Revelation 12 verses 2 through 4, which declare, "And she, being with child, cried, travailing in birth, and pained to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads. And his tail drew the 3rd part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born." So, the time that the meteor fell is a reference to the dragon or Satan, fallen angels, in the tribulation period or time of Jacob's trouble.